In my previous video in this series, we talked about the positives of working in the nightlife security industry. On today's video, we're going to talk about some of those negatives, starting right now. Welcome to BouncerTips. My name's Perry. I'm a nightlife security professional and also a director of security at a large Phoenix nightclub. On this channel, we talk about all things in the nightlife security industry. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as we talk about tips, tricks, and I'll talk about the tools that we use here in the nightlife security industry. And after you subscribe, don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you can join our notification team and get future updates of future content. In my last video, I discussed some of the benefits about working in the nightlife security industry. If you haven't seen that video yet, please click this link right here and you can watch the first half. But today I want to talk about the downsides of working in the nightlife security industry. So let's get started right now. One thing about working in this industry that's a negative, and you're going to have to learn to accept it, is you're going to work when everybody else is going out to play. In this industry, most of the popular nights are on weekend nights when most people go out and celebrate and have fun with their friends. Now this is a big issue for some people that start in this industry and they don't realize that their social life with their current friends are going to change. You most likely will no longer be able to go out with them as you're going to be scheduled shifts where they'd go out to different clubs around town and you're going to have to go to work. So it's a good idea to let your friends know that your availability has changed and work with them to plan activities to keep your relationships intact. Over the years, I've lost many good bouncers because they didn't want to accept the fact that their lifestyle was going to change and they'd have to change their social life. A second downside to this industry is it's going to take a toll on your body. And the longer you work in the industry, the worse it will get. So no matter how good of shape you're in or how many hours you spend in the gym, you're still going to be affected by standing on hard surfaces for long periods of time. So one of my biggest suggestions to new bouncers that start out there is to get yourself some real comfortable shoes, maybe get yourself some insoles to help your feet, as well as carry an extra pair of socks so you can change them out throughout the night. It's also very important that you hydrate yourself throughout the evening. A lot of times I forget to take some water throughout the evening, and I can't tell you how many times I've woken up in the middle of the night having leg cramps. And that's just an unfortunate side effect from standing around on your feet for so many hours. And in some future videos on this channel, we'll definitely get into some things that you can do to help lessen the toll that this job takes on your body. This career definitely takes a toll on your body, and that's even before I talk about the things I'm going to talk about next. The third big negative about this industry, and the longer you work in it, the more likely it is to happen, is that you will get hurt. Whether it's minor nicks and cuts from broken glass, or major injuries from big altercations, this is a dangerous job. And sadly, people do get seriously hurt or even killed doing it. I do have a few former associates that actually perished doing this job. So you try to limit your exposure to these type of situations, and that's why it's very important that you try to resolve situations by talking things through than letting things get physical. And really that's the goal of this channel and why I started it. I want to give inexperienced bouncers some tips to limit their exposure to getting injured, as well as help them get home safe at the end of the night. With that being said, I just want to take a moment to thank you. I've recently hit 100 subscribers and 3,500 views, and it's all because of you that I continue to do what I do on this channel. Now let's get back to the fourth negative about working in the nightlife security industry. The fact of the matter in this industry is you are seeing people at their absolute worst. You might start off with the nicest person that you've ever talked to in the beginning of the evening. You add a little bit of alcohol and they become a monster. Whether it be somebody that's had just a little bit too much to drink, being sloppy and a fall down drunk, and even vomiting on your shoes, that's something that you have to deal with. Or worse, it could be somebody that has a very negative reaction to alcohol and becomes extremely violent. And it's your job to protect you, your co-workers, and the guests that are in your club. I want to stress that this job isn't always the most glamorous job, but if you follow some of the things you learn from your managers and some of the tips that I'll teach here, and learn to deal with things with patience and professionalism, you just might not lose all faith in humanity. So do you really want to become a bouncer? I truly believe this job has a lot more benefits than it has negative. Both the positives and negatives can be life-changing, and I want to make it clear that this job is something that I have a passion for. So in the comments section, let me know if you think you'd love this job, or it's something that you don't see yourself being able to do at all. I'd love to know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right there, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, And if you want to learn more about the nightclub security industry, click this button right here. As always, you've just been taken beyond the ropes. Have a good day.